Hello, gorgeous manifestors. How are you? Happy Sunday. I'm very spontaneously coming on to do a quick live. I never normally come on a Sunday and do a Facebook live, but the universe is flowing through me. So here I am following the inspired action. So I just thought it'd be really helpful to come on and talk about some ways that you can uncover what your purpose is and what your passion is, because this is something I get asked a lot of the time, and I was stuck around this for years. I didn't know what my purpose was. I knew I was here to help people, as so many of us are. The more I do this work, the more I learn that we are all just here to serve and exchange energy and help each other and to co-create, basically. But I was stuck for years not knowing what my passion and purpose was. And so many people come to me in that same quandary. So I've just written down some things that I think might help you. So I met up with a really, really gorgeous friend this morning, and she is starting her business. And she absolutely loves what she does. She always has. And it just prompted me to come on and talk to you and give you some tips about how you can find your purpose, because she is totally in her zone of purpose and passion now. But I think it's like so many of us, we get caught up in the corporate world. We get caught up thinking we can only be employed by someone else and we can never do our own thing. And if we did do our own thing, it would be a struggle and it would be hard. But what I know is that when you do follow your passion, everything becomes so much easier. So some tips for you to think about. If you're struggling finding your purpose, go away and have a think about all of these things. So the first thing is, maybe make a list, or do make a list of all the things that you utterly love that feed your soul. So don't think, what is it I love and how is that going to equate to money? Because if I had done that 2 years ago, I wouldn't be sat here being a law of attraction coach, because I would have been like, I love law of attraction, but I can never make money out of it. So I would have dismissed it. Okay. So list down all the things that you love, that you're passionate about. So I used to, and I still do, but I used to love reading law of attraction books. I used to love listening to Esther Hicks and the teachings of Abraham Hicks. I loved it. I loved the magic of all this manifesting stuff. I just loved it. I was always into universal stuff. Okay. So have a think about, what is it you like reading? What is it you like watching? Wildlife would be another one for me. I used to love, my friends' kids and kind of doing kid type stuff. So literally just brain dump all of the things that you love and take the pressure off how that's going to bring you money. So write down all of the things that you love doing firstly, okay? And think about the things that you love doing so much that you would do them all day, every day for free. And this may not come to you straight away, but it will definitely get the energy starting to move. So again, I loved helping people. Think about things that come naturally to you. What are you known for? So a lot of us will have friends that come to us for certain things. So for me, it would always be advice and that kind of me taking them under their wings and nurturing them. And I still have that with a lot of my friends now. They still come to me when they're kind of in low points and wanting that kind of advice and nurturing. And it's just absolutely something that I love. Likewise, my friend who I met this morning, her zone of genius has always been fashion, okay? So her friends would always go to her for kind of fashion advice, as well as kind of like general support and things, but it's something that people would always go to her for advice for, and she would always give out the advice without really thinking about it. So what things come naturally to you? What things do people come to you for? Again, have a think, but don't equate it back to money. What things do you love doing where you completely lose track of time? So again, like I literally lose track of time when I think about law of attraction. I lose track of time when I'm watching Abraham Hicks. Think about the things that you would do, and that completely take you away and sort of help you lose track of time. Going to the cinema would be another one for me. Again, because it's so aspirational, it makes sense to me now. Going to the cinema would be a high vibrational thing for me, because it always empowers me to dream big, because so often in the films, on the cinema, people are dreaming big. So think about the things that you could do that make you lose track of time. And this is really, really cool. Think about things that come to you so easily that there's virtually no effort involved. So I know when I first started this business, it'll be 2 years ago on Wednesday, being really surprised, having worked in the corporate world in London for about 12 years, having to really plan for meetings and everything feeling really uphill and upstream, in the words of Abraham Hicks. When I started doing this, I was like, oh my God, like I don't even really need to prepare, because I'm literally given the information comes out of me. And you know how Abraham Hicks talk about when you're in flow, you have the perfect answer to every question in every conversation. That's when you're really in flow. So what is it that you love doing that doesn't really take any effort? And again, really cool. This is what my friend said this morning when I saw her. She was like, when she's talking about fashion and stuff, it's like someone else is talking. This is really, really, really what spurred me to come on today. So think about any moments in your life where you've done something and it feels like you're not even doing the talking, someone else is talking through you. Because what's actually going on there is, because your vibration's high, because you're loving what you're doing, you're receiving from your higher self, or source energy, or universal energy, whatever term feels comfortable to you. But when you feel like you're not even really talking or thinking, that's when you're in massive flow, because your high vibration and your higher self is flowing through you. So I remember having this all the time, and I still have it now. I utterly love it. I love coaching, and because when I'm coaching, I love it, I'm really high vibrational, and so I'm receiving my higher self, Sarah. She's talking through me, so it becomes very, very easy. And I remember when I did a Mind, Body and Spirit show when my business was about 6 months old with the amazing Katie Helliwell. I remember her watching me once. Someone came up to the stand and I was talking to them, and she's like, you do realise you're channeling, don't you? And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm just love talking about it. She's like, no, you're receiving. And now it makes sense, because I was receiving my higher self. So like this friend this morning, when she's talking about fashion, it doesn't even feel like her talking. It's like you sort of, it's so easy, your higher self does it for you. And there's someone else, a really good friend I know, who loves writing, and she will do it quite often in the middle of the night, but it flows through her. So again, one of her zones of genius is absolutely writing, okay? So think about all of these things. And then, really important next step, play with the energy. So I don't know how many of you saw the live that I did on Friday. Again, a live that Sarah, my higher self, guided me to do. Was all about not waiting for your ducks to be in a row. Once you know some of these things, start playing with the energy. So if you watched that video on Friday, you would have heard me say, I knew I loved mindfulness and meditation in kids. So I played around with the energy of doing mindfulness sessions in this cottage, and I set up a Facebook page and everything called Mindfulness in the Cottage. I never actually did anything with it, because just from taking that inspired action and getting the energy moving, the universe then sent me an inspired action to be a law of attraction coach. So it is about moving before you're ready and playing with the energy, because when you move, you loosen up the energy, and the most powerful way the universe will respond to you is in response to an inspired action. That's when everything gets moving. So think about these things. What is it that you love? What is it that comes easily to you? What is it that you do for free? What is it that your friends come to you for? What is it that kind of makes you lose track of time? What is it that feels so easily and feels so easy and natural to you? And even, what is it that feels like you're not even doing it, someone else is doing it for you? And then whatever you come up with, go away and play with the energy of it. Don't think, okay, now I've had a brainstorm, I'm going to sit here and not take any action. It's about moving with the energy, my darlings. Okay, when you move, the universe moves, and the universe is so excited to help you move. Okay, if this isn't helping necessarily and you're still feeling a bit stuck for clarity, then obviously things like my Dream Day Journal and mindfulness of breathing meditation in that order are really, really powerful to get the clarity starting to come. But again, move when you get the clarity, even if it's not the final destination, move with it. So meditation is really powerful as well. And what else to do if you still feel like you're not getting much clarity? That's it. Ask your higher selves or the universe, whatever you want to call it. So again, if a lot of you would have heard me talk about my higher self now. We all have a higher self. Abraham Hicks has always referred to that as source energy. New insight from the Believer Tree in Soto Grande, we live in Rapacanya, is that source energy is actually our higher self. It's the eternal part of us. And when you're in flow, your higher self and all of their lifetime's knowledge and experience comes through, and it's really, really powerful. So if you're feeling like you're still not really getting clarity, ask them. Your higher selves want you to ask them. They although we have free will, so even if they know they can help, they're not gonna like project that onto you unless you ask for it, because we have free will. So ask your higher self. Just say, okay, what is it? Can you give me some clarity? Can you give me a sign? And just keep speaking to them, and just notice what starts coming in your path, what you start coming across, like the breadcrumbs that the universe and your higher self start to give you, okay? So lots to think about there. Again, I have no idea why Sarah, who is my higher self, wanted me to come on and talk about this, but here I am. So hopefully it will help some of you that are watching this. And I know what it's like when you know you're here to do something bigger, but you feel very trapped and stuck and you don't know what that is. I was in that energy for 5 years, and I didn't listen to the universal guidance back then. I didn't leave PR, I stayed in it. And I didn't follow what my passions were. I kind of, again, stayed in PR. So just know that when you move, the universe is going to be cheerleading you on and supporting you. But, you know, you so often have to take that first step and start playing with that energy, exactly like I did when I had the mindfulness and the cottage idea, okay? Oh, someone else, Margarita's saying, I just did a video about this morning, did you? Clearly our higher selves are in collaboration today and wanting us to get this message out to everybody. So Margarita's done a video as well, so you can watch hers also. So absolutely play with this energy, have a brainstorm, get comfortable when you brainstorm. Don't do it if you're feeling quite contracted. Get really comfortable, do some meditation, get relaxed, and then just ask your higher self to bring you some guidance through. See if your higher self can give you some guidance on all of these things. So definitely do a meditation, get relaxed and calm, and then do it, and I really hope it helps. Yay, soul sister Margarita. Cool. Okay, my darlings, so that was my little live for today. Really hope it helps some of you. I love you so, so, so much. Hope you're having gorgeous weekends, and I will be back on again very, very soon. Sending you so, so, so much love. Mwah.